We have now passed the 1-year anniversary of the COVID-19 pandemic. 1 year ago, we were still having gatherings, enjoying regular classes, and participating in all school-wide activities. Even though many of those things have been put on pause, let's celebrate the achievements of our student community. Iona, you've been doing an amazing job through online learning. From classrooms being shut down, you have never given up, and we are so proud of you. Let's take this time now to see the creative ways in which you've been handling this situation. In years past, our grade 10 history students have presented a 1920s monologue. This year, our students have made it virtual and did a phenomenal job.
And are ready for a quick morning radio news broadcast. So much seems to be happening in Canada this year.
And yes, I'm also only 29 years old. No, I did not create the airplane nor the radio. I've never even created anything.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to 960 CFRB, Toronto's news. Since our last broadcast, we've seen several events develop.
Women are cousins. Women are cousins. These women will fight for justice. Tomatoes needs to be at home working in the kitchen, raising the children, not here fighting for rights.
As Catholics, we are called to remember the journey that Jesus took in his final hours and retrace his steps on Holy Week. The pandemic posed a few problems for us. We can't gather indoors. We must be distant from each other. But prayer is all about gathering. So how are we to do this? By praying outside. The Stations of the Cross were posted around our school building, outdoors, and each passage would be accessed through a QR code fixed on each poster. On Holy Week, we as a school community met the challenge. We were able to pray as a family, distant, but very much connected by our faith.
One of the first assignments in our ESL classroom this year was to teach the class something. Our ELLs had awesome lessons to share, from how to cook cultural dishes to learning about different styles of dance. Check out these lessons from Carolina and Fernanda, who arrived from Bolivia a little over a year ago. Carolina taught the class how she sketches, my dog Linus actually, and Fernanda taught us all how to change a flat tire. Way to go, girls!
Put on the parking brake. 2. Door on hazard light. 3. Take off the tire. Step, lower the car. Thank you for watching.
Teaching science is always a challenge, especially during a pandemic. Despite constantly changing learning environments, Iona science teachers and students have risen to the challenge. From having virtual lab partners to making science experiments at home, students have found a way to experience science in new and yet still exciting ways.
Drama class had to pivot this school year in order to adjust to COVID restrictions. Everything students knew about performing live on stage had to be let go. Masks prevented student vocal projection and covered their faces, two critical components when communicating a character on stage. One thing COVID did not stop was film and TV production in Toronto. We shifted gears and focused on acting for camera. We learned how to put together a self-tape audition and make a great first impression for casting. We held virtual commercial casting sessions where students had a chance to perform and cast a commercial. We learned that what caught a casting director's attention was subtle, natural acting where script was delivered like you were talking to a friend. By the end of it all, students produced music videos, commercials, and even produced film and TV trailers for our version of Netflix, or what we'd like to call Cheney TV.
As part of their marketing unit, the grade 10 business students were assigned the task of creating their own soft drink, fruit juice, or sports drink, implementing the strategies they had learned in the unit and throughout the course. These grade 10s had to design a picture of their new drink, create an advertisement for it, and had to craft a unique logo and catchy slogan for their product. As always, these grade 10 business students stepped up to the challenge and developed dynamic, creative, and innovative product ideas. Well done, grade 10s.
To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sow. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time of war, and a time of peace. What time is it, Iona? It is time to be still. Trust God. Show love to yourself and your church. To everything there is a season, and for everything there is a reason. See it your way, it can make you bitter. See it God's way, it can make you better. And remember, Iona, that this too shall pass.